Hello. It's Saturday. I assume everybody has something better to do here. And I need to mute myself again. I'm so terrible about that. Hopefully everybody has something better to do than listen to me read chapter 24. I'm going to hang out just a little bit here. Oh, it's Average Brad, AB. It's actually good to see you. I'm glad you didn't have anything better to do. Since you're here, I could share. I've kind of finished this video, but I need to put I need to adjust the volume of everything. So I'm going to share some behind the scenes stuff for whoever's here right now. Let's see if I can. This is not screen share. So I've got my audio in here. I separated out my music and separated out my music and my sound effects and my voices for this video that's coming up. I tried to get it out. I was trying to finish it so I could share it on the stream tonight, which is kind of like, I mean, this is supposed to be about the book reading, but I like sharing stuff behind the scenes. Good evening, Sirloin. I don't know how you refer to this period of the night. I don't want to say good night because then it's a farewell, and I'm hoping you stick around. But here's how this video starts. I'm not going to share the video itself, but I'm just going to give a little clue in while we're waiting for. I think I'll wait. I don't know. I'll wait till 8:40 to start reading, or until like 6 people get here. But until I do, I'll share the beginning, just to wet the whistle for anybody who wants to see the next video in this series, it was interesting that this other video finally, I was worried. I mean, I didn't know, like, they finally fed my video to somebody. Like, it sucks when you make a video and then it doesn't get fed to anybody. So they fed this video to a few people. It got 2,000 views, so that was good. Because the previous video that was doing well was the video with me in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, people would prefer to watch that than me make these funny videos. So it's good to see this video. Let's look at it here. Is now making 15 cents. You can see the enormous revenue. I got 5 subscribers, which I will quickly ward away by reading more books. So this means that 5 subscribers, if I lose a subscriber every time I read a book and bore people on the live stream, that means I got 5 more nights. So every subscriber is an additional night of reading a chapter and droning on and on. And just another, let's see what else I can see. You can see how this video did. Anyways, so I have the sequel. I'm going to try to, like I said, I'm going to do this joint session video, which was the one that I live streamed for Timeliners, which Justin wasn't available for, and I still need to check with him to see if he's okay with me running with this idea. But I'm going to edit out a bunch of videos, like as many as I can. I initially said 15, but I don't know if I'll get 15 out. And I was going to try to do 1 a day, but I'm falling behind on doing that. Yeah, and the 15 cents is going to be a nice little nest egg for me to finish out my days. So here's the beginning of this new video. So I'll just play the little audio.
Everyone knows that I love women who remind me of my daughter Ivanka, and that's why I'm proud to announce that.
Okay, so there it is, a little teaser trailer. He's proud to announce what? What is he going to announce? It has something to do with his daughter Ivanka. Here it is again.
Everyone knows that I love women who remind me of my daughter Ivanka, and that's why I'm proud to announce that the.
Okay, there it is. The preview, and I guess I waited too long. Like we had 5 people here. I should have started reading. We're down to 4. So, anyways, I'm trying to be a little bit more professional with my audio. Normally, I'm really lazy. If you want to do it right, you're supposed to export all your elements out into a mastering software, so you can, EQ the voices and place the sounds spatially. I never do that. Blender has some basic tools to do that, but something like FL Studio is better. You can go in and here's what I did in here. So on these, just have the samples, and you can put them on, like you can put them on different tracks, and then you go into your different tracks and you can put effects. Like I got parametric EQ here and some compression. So it's not the Miss Maga pageant. Nope. Good guess though. Good guess. And I'm kind of proud of this video because I'm using some of these tools in a more interesting way than a lot of people are, and even more so than I've used historically. So it's going to be a good one. Also, another interesting thing that I did last night, I got a local install of, what's the company's name? Tencent, the video game company. They have a AI generating thing where you can do image to video, and let's see here. You can do well, maybe I shouldn't share those. I'm not going to share those. I'm going to let Digby share those on the Sunday stream. So he will be hosting the show because I don't exist. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Oh well. All right. So yesterday we read the. I don't know if it would be called the penultimate chapter. Generally, like in a series, the next to the last episode is always the most exciting, and then the last episode is the boring synopsis of everything. So we're getting close. This is the last chapter before the epilogue, and you can see what happens at the end of the story. I'm going to spoil it. This is going to get spoiled right now. Look at this. Whoop! I gotta switch my screen here. Spoilers, guys. Look what happens. Oh. I can't see my screen. I can't see. Okay, there it is. He's crying because of how sad the book is and how sad the human condition is. So, Kurt Vonnegut Jr. is the son and grandson of Indianapolis architects. They were painters too, his only living sibling, a distinguished physicist who discovered, among other things, that silver iodide can sometimes make it snow or rain. This is Mr. Vonnegut's 7th novel. He wrote it mostly in New York City. His 6 children are full grown. So his brother was one of the ones that Marjorie Taylor Greene accused of changing the weather. He's got a weather machine. All right, so it looks like I pulled out my bookmark. So now I got to find myself here. All right, here we go. This chapter's a little long. Again, as always, feel free to listen to me. Feel free to chat. Feel free to do whatever. I'm not going to address anything in the chat until I finish completely. It's like 15 pages with illustrations. And the other thing is that I should have been giving a warning this whole time that the book contains a controversial language that I'm altering I'm updating and making more modern. So, chapter 24. Maybe the synopsis again. Chapter 23 was the big fight. Dwayne goes amok and starts assaulting everybody, even poor Wayne Hubler, his only goal in life was to get a job working for Dwayne Hoover. So chapter 24. Listen, Dwayne Hoover hurt so many people seriously that a special ambulance known as a Martha was called. Martha was a full-size General Motors transcontinental bus, but with the seats removed. There were beds for 36 disaster victims in there, plus a kitchen and a bathroom and an operating room. It had enough food for medical supplies aboard to serve as an independent little hospital for a week without the help from the outside world. Its full name was the Martha Simmons Memorial Mobile Disaster Unit, named in honor of the wife of Newbolt Simmons, a county commissioner of public safety. She had died of rabies contracted from a sick bat she found clinging to her floor to ceiling living room draperies one morning. She had just been reading a biography of Albert Schweitzer, who believed that human beings should treat simpler animals lovingly. The bat nipped her ever so slightly as she wrapped it in Kleenex, a face tissue. She carried it out on her patio, where she laid it gently on a form of artificial grass known as astroturf. She had 36-inch hips, a 29-inch waist, and a 38-inch bosom at the time of her death. Her husband had a penis 7.5 inches long and 2 inches in diameter. He and Dwayne were drawn together for a while because his wife and Dwayne's wife had died such strange deaths within a month of each other. They bought a gravel pit together out on Route 23A, but then the Maritimo Brothers Construction Company offered them twice what they had paid for it, so they accepted the offer and divided up the profits, and the friendship petered out somehow. They still exchanged Christmas cards. Dwayne's most recent Christmas card to Newbolt Simmons looked like this. Noel. Newbolt Simmons' most recent card to Dwayne looked like this. Season's greetings. My psychiatrist is also named Martha. She gathers jumpy people together into little families which meet once a week. It's a lot of fun. She teaches us how to comfort each other intelligently. She's now on vacation. I like her a lot. And I think now, as my 50th birthday draws near, about the American novelist Thomas Wolfe, who was only 38 years old when he died. He got a lot of help in organizing his novels from Maxwell Perkins, his editor at Charles Scribner Sons. I've heard that Perkins told him to keep in mind as he wrote, as a unifying idea, a hero's search for a father. It seems to me that really truthful American novels would have the heroes and heroines alike looking for mothers instead. This needn't be embarrassing. It's simply true. A mother is much more useful. I wouldn't feel particularly good if I found another father. Neither would Dwayne Hoover, neither would Kilgore Trout. And just as motherless Dwayne Hoover was berating motherless Wayne Hubler in the used car lot, a man who had actually killed his mother was preparing to land in a charter plane at Will Fairchild Memorial Airport on the other side of the interstate. This was Elliot Rosewater, Kilgore Trout's patron. He killed his mother accidentally in a boating accident when a youth. She was women's chess champion of the United States, 1936 years after the Son of God was born, supposedly. Rosewater killed her the year after that. It was his pilot who caused the airport's runways to become an ex-convict's idea of a fairyland. Rosewater remembered his mother's jewelry when the lights came on. He looked to the west, and he smiled at the rosy loveliness of the Mildred Berry Memorial Arts Center, a harvest moon on stilts in a bend of Sugar Creek. It reminded him of how his mother had looked when he saw her through the bleary eyes of infancy. I had made him up, of course, and his pilot, too. I put Colonel Looseleaf Harper, the man who had dropped an atomic bomb on Nagasaki, Japan, at the controls. I made Rosewater an alcoholic in another book. I now had him reasonably well sobered up, and with the help of Alcoholics Anonymous, I had him use his newfound sobriety to explore, among other things, the supposed spiritual and physical benefits of sexual orgies with strangers in New York City. He was only confused so far. I could have killed him and his pilot too, but I let them live on, so their plane touched down uneventfully. The two physicians on the disaster vehicle named Martha were Cyprian Ukwende of Nigeria and Kashtra Miasma from the infant nation of Bangladesh. Both were parts of the world which were famous from time to time for having food run out. Both places were specifically mentioned, in fact, and now it can be told by Kilgore Trout. Dwayne Hoover read in that book that robots all over the world were constantly running out of fuel and dropping dead, while waiting around to test the only free-willed creature in the universe, on the off chance that he should appear. At the wheel of the ambulance was Eddie Key, a young black man who was a direct descendant of Francis Scott Key, the white American patriot who wrote the national anthem. Eddie knew he was descended from Key. He could name more than 600 of his ancestors, and had at least an anecdote about each. They were Africans, Indians, and white men. He knew, for instance, that his mother's side of the family had once owned the farm on which Sacred Miracle Cave was discovered, that his ancestors had called it Bluebird Farm. Here's why there were so many young foreign doctors on the hospital staff, incidentally. The country didn't produce nearly enough doctors for all the sick people it had, but it had an awful lot of money, so it bought doctors from other countries which didn't have much money. Eddie Key knew so much about his ancestry because the black part of his family had done what so many African families still do in Africa, which was to have one member of each generation whose duty it was to memorize the history of the family so far. Eddie Key had begun to store in his mind the names and adventures of ancestors on both his mother's and father's sides of his family when he was only 6 years old. As he sat in front of the disaster vehicle, looking out through the windshield, He had the feeling that he himself was a vehicle, and that his eyes were windshields through which his progenitors could look, if they wished to. Francis Scott Key was only one of thousands back there. On the off chance that Key might now be having a look at what had become of the United States of America so far, Eddie focused his eyes on an American flag which was stuck to the windshield. He said this very quietly, "Still waving, man." Eddie Key's familiarity with a teeming past made life much more interesting to him than it was to Dwayne, for instance, or to me, or to Kilgore Trout, or to almost any white person in Midland City that day. We had no sense of anybody else using our eyes or our hands. We didn't even know who our great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers were. Eddie Key was afloat in a river of people who were flowing from here to there in time. Dwayne and Trout and I were pebbles at rest. And Eddie Key, because he knew so much by heart, was able to have deep, nourishing feelings about Dwayne Hoover, for instance, and about Dr. Cyprian Ikwende, too. Dwayne was a man whose father had taken over Bluebird Farm. Ikwende, an Ndaro, was a man whose ancestors had kidnapped an ancestor of Key's on the west coast of Africa, a man named Ujumwa. The Ndaros sold him for a musket to British slave traders, who took him on a sailing ship named the Skylark to Charleston, South Carolina, where he was auctioned off as a self-propelled, self-repairing farm machine, and so on. Dwayne Hoover was now hustled aboard Martha through big double doors in her rear, just ahead of the engine compartment. Eddie Key was in the driver's seat, and he watched the action in his rearview mirror. Dwayne was swaddled so tightly in canvas restraining sheets that his reflection looked to Eddie like a bandaged thumb. Dwayne didn't notice the restraints. He thought he was on the virgin planet promised by the book by Kilgore Trout, even when he was laid out horizontally by Cyprian Ikwende and Kashtra Miasma. He thought he was standing up. The book had told him that he went swimming in cold water on the virgin planet, that he always yelled something surprising when he climbed out of the icy pool. It was a game. The creator of the universe would try to guess what Dwayne would yell each day, and Dwayne would fool him totally. Here's what Dwayne yelled in the ambulance. "Goodbye, Blue Monday." Then it seemed to him that another day had passed on the virgin planet, and it was time to yell again. "Not a cough in a carload," he yelled. Kilgore Trout was one of the walking wounded. He was able to climb aboard Martha without assistance, and to choose a place to sit, where he would be away from real emergencies. He had jumped Dwayne Hoover from behind when Dwayne dragged Francine Prefko out of Dwayne's showroom and onto the asphalt. Dwayne wanted to give her a beating in public, which his bad chemicals made him think she richly deserved. Dwayne had already broken her jaw and 3 ribs in the office. When he trundled her outside, there was a fair-sized crowd which had drifted out of the cocktail lounge and the kitchen of the new Holiday Inn. "Best fucking machine in the state," he told the crowd. "Wind her up and she'll fuck you and say she loves you, and she won't shut up till you give her a Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise," and so on. Trout grabbed him from behind. Trout's right ring finger somehow slipped into Dwayne's mouth, and Dwayne bit off the topmost joint. Dwayne let go of Francine after that, and she slumped to the asphalt. She was unconscious, and the most seriously injured of all, and Dwayne went cantering over to the concrete trough by the interstate, and he spat Kilgore Trout's fingertip into Sugar Creek. Kilgore Trout did not choose to lie down in Martha. He settled into a leather bucket seat behind Eddie Key. Key asked him what was the matter with him, and Trout held up his right hand, partially shrouded in a bloody handkerchief, which looked like this. "A slip of the lip can sink a ship," yelled Dwayne. "Remember Pearl Harbor," yelled Dwayne. Most of what he had done during the past 3/4 of an hour had been hideously unjust, but he had spared Wayne Hubler at least. Wayne was back among the used cars again, unscathed. He was picking up a bracelet, which I had pitched back there for him to find. As for myself, I kept a respectful distance between myself and all the violence, even though I had created Dwayne and his violence, and the city, and the sky above, and the earth below. Even so, I came out of the riot with a broken watch crystal and what turned out later to be a broken toe. Somebody jumped backwards to get out of Dwayne's way. He broke my watch crystal, even though I had created him, and he broke my toe. This isn't the kind of book where people get what is coming to them in the end. Dwayne only hurt one person who deserved to be hurt for being so wicked. That was Don Breedlove. Breedlove was the white gas conversion unit installer who had raped Patty Keene, the waitress and Dwayne's burger chef, out on Crestview Avenue in the parking lot of George Hickman Bannister Memorial Fieldhouse, out at the country fairgrounds after Peanut University beat Innocent Bystander High School and the regional class high school basketball playoffs. Don Breedlove was in the kitchen of the inn when Dwayne began his rampage. He was repairing a defective gas oven in there. He stepped outside for some fresh air, and Dwayne came running at him. Dwayne had just spit Kilgore Trout's fingertip into Sugar Creek. Don and Dwayne knew each other quite well, since Dwayne had once sold Breedlove a new Pontiac Ventura, which Don said was a lemon. A lemon was an automobile which didn't run right, and which nobody was able to repair. Dwayne actually lost a lot of money on the transaction, making adjustments and replacing parts, in an attempt to mollify Breedlove. But Breedlove was inconsolable, and he finally painted the sign in bright yellow on his trunk lid and on both doors. This car is a lemon. Here was what was really wrong with the car, incidentally. The child of a neighbor of Breedlove had put maple sugar in the gas tank of the Ventura. Maple sugar was a kind of candy made from the blood of trees. So Dwayne Hoover now extended his right hand to Breedlove, and Breedlove, without thinking anything about it, took that hand in his own. They linked up like this. This was a symbol of friendship between men. And the feeling was, too, that a lot of character could be read into the way a man shook hands. Dwayne and Don Breedlove gave each other squeezes which were dry and hard. So Dwayne held on to Don Breedlove with his right hand, and he smiled as though bygones were bygones. Then he made a cup out of his left hand, and he hit Don on the ear with the open end of the cup. This created terrific air pressure in Don's ear. He fell down because the pain was so awful. Don would never hear anything again with that ear. So Don was in the ambulance, too, now, sitting up like Kilgore Trout. Francine was lying down, unconscious, but moaning. Beatrice Kiesler was laying down, although she might have sat up. Her jaw was broken. Bunny Hoover was lying down. His face was unrecognizable, even as a face, anybody's face. He had been given morphine by Cyprien Ukwende. There were 5 other victims as well. 1 white female, 2 white males, 2 black males, 3 white people had never been in Midland City before. The 3 white people had never been in Midland City before. They were on their way together from Erie, Pennsylvania to the Grand Canyon, which was the deepest crack on the planet. They wanted to look down into the crack, but they never got to do it. Dwayne Hoover assaulted them as they walked from the car toward the lobby of the new Holiday Inn. The 2 black males were both kitchen employees of the inn. Cyprien Ukwende now tried to remove Dwayne Hoover's shoes, but Dwayne's shoes and laces and socks were impregnated with the plastic material which he had picked up while wading across Sugar Creek. Ukwende was not mystified by plastic, unitized shoes and socks. He saw shoes and socks like that every day at the hospital on the feet of children who had played too close to Sugar Creek. In fact, he had hung a pair of tin snips on the wall of the hospital's emergency room for cutting off plasticized, unitized shoes and socks. He turned to his Bengali assistant, young Dr. Kashdir Miasma. "Get some shears," he said. Miasma was standing with his back to the door of the ladies' toilet on the emergency vehicle. He had done nothing so far to deal with all the emergencies. Ukwende and the police and a team from civil defense had done the work so far. Miasma now refused even to find some shears. Basically, Miasma probably shouldn't have been in the field of medicine at all, or at least not in the area where there was a chance that he might be criticized. He could not tolerate criticism. This was a characteristic beyond his control. Any hint that anything about him was not absolutely splendid automatically turned him into a useless, sulky child who would only say that he wanted to go home. That was what he said when Ukwende told him a second time to find the shears. "I want to go home." Here's what he had been criticized for just before the alarm came in about Dwayne's going berserk. He had amputated a black man's foot, where the foot probably could have been saved, and so on. I could go on and on with the intimate details about the various lives of people on the super ambulance, but what good is more information? I agree with Kilgore Trout about realistic novels and their accumulations of nitpicking details. In Trout's novel, The Pan-Galactic Memory Bank, the hero is on a spaceship 200 miles long and 62 miles in diameter. He gets a realistic novel out of the branch library in his neighborhood. He reads about 60 pages of it, and then he takes it back. The librarian asks him why he doesn't like it, and he says to her, "I already know about human beings," and so on. Martha began to move. Kilgore Trout saw a sign he liked a lot. Here's what it said. "It's harder to be happy when you are eating Craig's ice cream." And so on. Dwayne Hoover's awareness returned to earth momentarily. He spoke of opening a health club in Midland City with rowing machines and stationary bicycles and whirlpool baths and sun lamps and a swimming pool and so on. He told Cyprian Aquinde that the thing to do with the health club was to open it up and then sell it as soon as possible for profit. "People get all enthusiastic about getting back into shape or losing some pounds," said Dwayne. "They sign up for the program, but then they lose interest in about a year and they stop coming. That's how people are." And so on. Dwayne wasn't going to open any health club. He wasn't going to open anything ever again. The people he had injured so unjustly would sue him so vengefully that he would be rendered destitute. He would become one more withered balloon of an old man in Midland City Skid Row, which was a neighborhood of the once fashionable Fairchild Hotel. He would be by no means the only drifter of whom it could be truthfully said, "See him? Can you believe it? He doesn't have doodly squat now, but he used to be famously well-to-do," and so on. Kilgore Trout now peeled strips and patches of plastic from his burning shins and feet in the ambulance. He had to use his injured left hand. Etc. All right, that is chapter 24, and all I have left to read, all we have left to read, is the epilogue, which is just about 14 pages. Yesterday, we had David O. said that he didn't consider the book ending sad. I believe I do consider the book ending sad, so I'm curious to hear the argument against it, or a different perspective. There were this chapter basically just sums up the events, the damage, Kilgore's severed fingertip. Digby would read the epilogue. Oh my gosh, I don't think anybody would want him to read the epilogue, because it's probably painful enough to hear me stumble over these words. I could imagine Digby reading it. So there's that. Did anybody do anything fun on this Saturday, this exciting weekend, the day of rest for many people? The weekend is like no different than the normal week for me. So I often don't even realize it's the weekend if people didn't tell me. So like when I'm reading on Friday and Saturday night, it's no different than me reading on, Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's see. I haven't even looked at the news today. Michael D. says he went to the public library and worked on your novel. Can I ask what your novel is about? I had, like anybody who's creative, you often do a lot of these different things. Like I started like one or two books too, lots of short stories. What else have I done? Like, I think the only creative thing that I don't do is try to draw or paint. So, BB, what is your puppy's name? Did we ask what BB's puppy's name was? And you don't need to say that you watched a hockey game. It's just assumed that everyone in your region watches a hockey game. I think I've been to one hockey game when I was really little. I played soccer. I think I mentioned this, that if you were in Arizona, hockey is not a thing, but soccer is. Fantasy trilogy, no magic, but a very strong magnetic field so people can levitate metal. That's one of the things that I really liked initially about Game of Thrones, was that it had this element of fantasy, but it was at the beginning it was more like myths, like the real world. Like we had the myths of dragons, and then later on it was just, oh, dragons are real. So, but I like those type of stories that are more rooted in science. I tend to gravitate more to science fiction than to fantasy, even though I can appreciate a good fantasy novel. Who are your influences? Who are your guys, Michael D? I don't know a lot of fantasy authors, but I do know an interesting note about that was the thing too. The way that the story was told, that it was very, it was more unknown. It was more unknown, which is more interesting. Like the idea of zombies on the other side of the wall, or people on the other side of the wall, it's far more interesting to me than actually seeing them. The things, because people are more fascinated by ideas than reality. So that was the interesting thing about his work. I wonder if people out there know that George R.R. Martin wrote Game of Thrones. Like, I think the original story was inspired by his collection of turtles. That he had these turtles and they were dying in this tank, and he was writing stories for how these turtles met their end. And I'm saying this story because I'm speaking behind Turtle Time voiceover's back, so she has to go back and scroll through and watch this. So I love Twain too. See, I don't think I've ever read Conan Doyle, Sir Conan, but I love Mark Twain. His stuff is great. I like turtles. I'm glad we're keeping that meme alive. I'm gonna play that. Just I wonder if, like, everybody must remember this is just like playing. I'm in the wrong browser here. I'm gonna open up a better browser so we can watch the so we can have more Turtle Time lore here. Let's see. I like the follow-up video to the I Like Turtles video. When this video came 17 years ago. It's weird how much time has passed. Like, when you think about this video coming out and how it really, this used to be what we really enjoyed back in the day.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the Zombie.
I guess I need to switch to it, huh? So we can all see Josh. All right, so here he is.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the Zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right, you're great, Zombie. And good times here at the Waterfront Village.
It's such a funny video. The grapes, the one where she falls off, where she's stomping and she falls forward. I think probably my favorite, honestly, is Pinky the Cat. Pinky the Cat. I don't know. I love this video so much, and I'm not sure I see the humor in it as much anymore. But when I saw this video originally, it just always made me laugh so much. And then I shared this one all the time with people.
Pinky. Hi, this is Pinky.
Start again. Hold on. Go.
This is Pinky. He's a male cat, domestic short hair. He's available for adoption. He's pet of the week. Placer County Animal Shelter.
I love this video so much.
He's a very loving cat.
Hang on to us, please. Oh, here. Pinky.
Pinky.
Pinky. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, we got a wildcat on our hands. Pinky, settle down, bud.
I quote this all the time. I still quote this video.
I get a catch pole.
Settle down, bud, is something I always say to my cat.
Just sit it over.
No.
Get a catch pole.
Catch our pole to get him?
Yeah, because I'm not going to grab him. Dude.
Watch it start up in the, just disconnect it from the dash.
It still makes me laugh. It's so stupid.
You got him back?
Use my language.
I just the whole thing where Pinky's a loving cat and then he's biting the guy in the crotch by the end. It's such a good video. Yeah, I remember all your bass from the Mega Drive game for sure. These days I really like him. We talked about that earlier. I'm just gonna chat about normal stuff. I do have a video coming out tomorrow, the sequel to, or not the sequel, this Terminal Mode. I'm calling it Terminal Mode Joint Session with in the first exciting episode. unlike most shows where they have the bad character and they want to kill him off later on, you have to get used to him. I killed off the bad character initially, so I'm not sure he might come back too, though. That's the thing about the terminal mode joint session. He might come back, but that video, I was tried really hard to get it so I could premiere it to you guys here in the little community, but I just couldn't get everything mastered in time, and I didn't want to upload a crappy version, so I can't tell. Could be, but it's good looking out. We have a lot of botanists in this little community. Everybody seems to be a botanist. Everybody has a extreme love of plants here, so that's cool. We need to, rather than share pets, I think what we need to do is on the Discord we should have a plants section, because I think everybody has plants. My partner grows a lot of we grow agave, and she was selling it for people who were making mezcal, I think. So it'd be good if we could get blue agave, because then we could sell it to people who are making tequila. Is it tequila that's blue agave? I don't know, but we need some plant people in here. You're as much as a botanist. No, I mean, if you, the thing is, like, pothos is like the easiest plant to grow. That's why it's so cool, because it, like, I believe it's like the bottom of the rainforest, so it doesn't need as much light as a lot of the other plants do. And the way it grows with, I forgot the term for it. Somebody's going to have to mention the term for a plant that you can grow, but you can propagate by clippings. There's a term for it. I saw this video last night, and I really like the found footage festival. So I'm going to share the kind of goofiness that I find amusing. This video here, Gospel Duck and Rapping Rodney. So I'm going to share Gospel Duck. Let's see. So I love stuff like this where it's clear that the person took a lot of time to make it, but it's just so weird. I mean, the person took the time to write the song, I don't know if they made the puppet, but they're using the puppet, and then they went out there and clearly, they got, they're filming it. It's I also love the idea that you would make a singing duck, proselytize for your religion, a duck for Jesus. So the question I have about stuff like this is, was this ever played like in a Sunday school, and did this duck ever bring anybody over to Christianity? So anyways, the duck was the first video, and he's also got Rodney the Rappin' Rhino.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the zoo. This is Rodney the Rhino, and I'm coming at you with some spiritual wisdom, so don't take a nap. It's time to groove on.
So I love, there's something fascinating about when somebody makes something, and I don't know if this was made because the person thought they could really make a lot of money doing it, or if they were really sincere in making this. They really thought that this was the best way. It's always very curious, like, how these things become created. Unlike one of my favorite things ever is McGruff doing crack and cocaine. I love this so much that I was going to buy the puppet so I could have Digby interact, because they made this cassette tape, and then you could get the big puppet, and then you were supposed to, I don't know if somebody at your school was supposed to have the puppet come out, The rhinoceros, yes, and the hip hoppopotamus. His rhymes are bottomless. Who told you that, Steve? McRuff the crime dog, crack cocaine. So you were supposed to use this puppet. Let me see if I can find the puppet. And I probably will end up buying this puppet. Oh, Breakfast of Champions is my recently viewed items. McGruff puppet. And you'll probably see, if you could see my browse history, I've been, over the past year, I've been looking at these puppets for so long. And I so badly want one of the, but I don't want to pay $150. And these ones suck. I don't want to get one of these. I want like the real deal. And like he's got his little shoes, and he comes with a badge. So I'd really like to get this puppet. And then what I wanted to do was have Digby and him make the videos for the songs. Like this song is really good.
Very quickly, just think. A little chip of cocaine can take control of a person's entire life. But smart kids aren't letting that happen to them. They know better than to play around with dangerous stuff like cocaine.
I love this song.
Using crack and cocaine to get high, that's what you say you love. But it's really insane. You could die. What are you thinking of? 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later...
So like these things that they always wonder, did this ever like stop a kid from doing crack and cocaine? Was there a single kid that McGruff sung to that resulted in him stopping that crack and cocaine? Like, were you about to, you get the line out there and then all of a sudden you hear McGruff singing in the background? Turtle time. Everybody was talking about you earlier. We were talking because we talked about, let's see if I still have it. Do I still have it? I don't think I do. Maybe I can click back and it will be here still. Will it be here? Will it be here? Pinky the cat. There it is. Here it is. Turtle time. We were talking just to prove it was loaded up for you.
Face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right, you're a great zombie. And good times here at the Waterfront Village. Open for...
Okay. Turtle time. You mentioned that you have a 27-year-old painted turtle, and we never got to know the turtle's name. What is this turtle's name? Check out Stairway to Stardom. Oh, wait a minute. Stairway to Stardom, is that they play that on is that that show that was from New York? Is like a little Charlie's 32. Yeah, I like the follow-up video. Oh, Charlie's the turtle. Charlie's your turtle. There is, what were we talking about? Stairway to Stardom. I think they play that on VCR Party. I think. Way to Stardom. Yeah, they play this. I wonder what was. They're all pretty good. I don't know. This, to me, like, stuff that isn't produced always seems far more entertaining than stuff that's overproduced. I think, like, if you had like millions of dollars to make a movie and you just hire people to do it, it's less interesting than if you have, no budget and then you have to do it. There's so many movies that were made that way, which are just as entertaining or more so than a lot of movies that they spend a lot of money on. So, yeah, I like there's what was the comedian? They use this all the time on VCR Party. Comedian, show us your raviolis. Let's see. There's a thumbnail there. I don't think it's this guy. It's this guy. This is the Show Us Your Raviolis guy.
Triolo, is that it? Okay,
great.
here you go, Richie. Thank you, Frank. How's everybody doing? Having a good time? Any Italians out there? Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us your raviolis. I'm Italian. I was brought up by very strict Italian parents. And, you know, the kind of religious Italian parents that if you go in the bedroom, they have a picture of God shaking hands with Frank Sinatra in the bedroom.
Anyways, I don't remember if his bit is pretty bad, but let's see, BB says, Fatal Deviation is an Irish karate movie. You know, the one of the best movies like that is Samurai Cop. Of course, everybody knows Samurai Cop. Is there a trailer? What's interesting about Samurai Cop is the guy who made it was Iranian, and I guess he was making films in his own country, and then he came over here, and he was doing everything on a budget. But around the same time that Verhoeven made his movie RoboCop, and so these two movies have very different perspectives given the different cultures of these two directors. So Amir Shervan, who made Samurai Cop, comes from a very conservative culture, and he leans into the violence and the excessive sex and whatnot when he makes Samurai Cop. It's really bloody and it's got stupid lines about sex. It's just, he leans into all of the things that kind of feel off to him from his own culture. So he comes here and he wants to embrace the violence and the sex. Whereas Verhoeven made RoboCop, and he comes here and he sees how ridiculous it is. So he creates a parody of it. So it's fascinating to me that these two different directors made these two films that kind of represent a reaction to American culture based on their own cultural experience. Yeah. Samurai Cop, it's just, I love it's just so good. The music is good too. I love the music.
They call him Samurai. He speaks fluent Japanese.
Are you Fujiyama? What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword.
It's so good. So.
Who means this? Who means that? Who?
Okay. So the OSW commentary with it. They do both movies. What's OSW? Back to Turtle Time. I missed Turtle Times. This girl and these people problem has no idea her footage is still being watched. I feel like I've seen this before. Maybe it made its way back around YouTube. Yeah, that's especially if you're like me and you douse your brain with alcohol. Sometimes you don't remember that you've seen something or not. Still, I've still got a better memory than my partner, even though she insists that I'm just getting dumber as time goes on. She says, "You used to be so smart. Now you're so stupid." And Samurai Cop is wearing a wig. Yes, I love that at the end where apparently he went on to get a different job, and then he comes back and he has to wear the wig. It's so cute. The movie's it's so sweet. It's like I said, I like that kind of thing more than a lot of the stuff that we're fed from Hollywood that is far more produced. It feels more heartfelt. It feels more genuine. Oh, old school wrestling review. 3 Irish lads. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to discuss? Because I was going to try to finish this video. And again, I'll play it since we have a few more people here. Let's see if people can guess what the video is going to be about. Maybe I should have a contest. Whoever gets close to guessing what the video is going to be should win a prize. I don't know what kind of prize. Maybe they don't have to tune in to listen to me read the final chapter of Kurt Vonnegut. That can be your prize. It's not Elon. Elon was the first one. So Elon has already been done. He's dead. There is some question as to whether he comes back in this series, but for now he's not. Trump, and I don't know if you saw the first video, but Elon agrees to be flown into the sun, and Trump says he's going to be next, but Trump is never really honest, so we don't know whether Trump will do it. But this is the beginning of the next video. I'm going to play the intro. And I'm not going to show the video. It's not Christy, but I am definitely going to try to do Christy. That came out bad. I mean, I'm going to try to make a video about Christy. The issue is that she's not enough. She doesn't appear enough in that joint session. And I don't know whether I should just limit myself to that footage or whether I should incorporate other things. But Christy's going to be featured. But here is the preview, the audio preview. Pete, that's a great guess. Pete is going to be. There's going to be one specifically dedicated to Pete. I'm definitely doing Pete. Definitely going to do RFK. Pete is in this one though, so that's Turtle Time came closest to getting it. So here's a little sample.
Everyone knows that I love women who remind me of my daughter Ivanka, and that's why I'm proud to announce that the Hawk.
Okay, there's the preview of what's happening. So everybody knows his love of Ivanka. That's why he's announcing that what. And I don't know, I wish we had a better place to put comments. I guess you could put the comments here if you want to put your guess. And if you secure your guess, I will come up with. I didn't even see Stephen Miller anywhere in this. The people I did see, I've watched this footage now that I ask people to watch with me. I probably watched it 50 times over, scrolling through it. People I've seen that I think I'm going to do videos on. Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro are both in the video. And I think it's, what's her name, Riley Gaines or whoever. I think that she's with them. But I didn't see Stephen Miller. I saw Newt Gingrich in there, which was strange. But he's not in there enough to do anything. It's about the dancing girl and Trump. Oh my God, Turtle Time, how do you know this? How do you know? How do you know? You've mentioned like all of the jokes so far, and it's almost like you've got, I've got some malware on my computer. So it's not about either of those two people, but somehow you guessed the two people that are in this one. So, and you referenced him exactly right. So that's amazing. I guess you're like everybody else now. You're quantum entangled with us. So you're a psychic, huh? Is it because of the ancient astronauts? Okay, again, I'm going to play it one more time. And hopefully I don't play too much of it.
Everyone knows that I love women who remind me of my daughter Ivanka, and that's why I'm proud to announce that
He's proud to announce something. Let's see if I can.
Stand up, Haley.
Whoops. Uh-oh. That's going to be a giveaway there for anybody. This video, hopefully I'm going to have it in the morning so if everybody can watch it and enjoy it. I'm hoping to keep this series going, and maybe is what too late? It's about the dancing girl. Should I be wearing a tinfoil hat, Turtle? Is it too late? Yeah, I think we're infested with an alien gal. She's like, what was the movie with, who was the model? It was on, they did it on Mystery Science Theater. We're going to check this out real quick because it's, by the way, this channel here, NeuralViz, is pretty cool. It's probably the best use of AI I think I've seen. If anybody hasn't seen it, like I'm like totally blown away. I'm really jealous of
Guns,
this channel.
Sex, death. All this and more can be found in the cop files.
It's just everything about this is really good.
Dale PD. A search for a missing Glurin is underway.
I'm a beat cop normally, busting perps for snorting teeth or smoking dirt. But I was put on the Tiggy case because the department considered it low priority.
Tiggy Skibbles is a MV personality, somewhat famous for his work on the poorly reviewed Unanswered Oddities.
I don't watch too much Monovision. My show is Bug Fights, the one where they got the bugs fighting. Anyway, story goes like this. Tiggy doesn't show up to work. He gets reported missing. A couple days later, he returns. Nobody thinks much about it.
All right, so anyways, if you like kind of weird, it reminds me a little bit about Rick and Morty because of the Glorons and the different space aliens. But this, like I said, I hate AI slop, and I think AI is a danger, and AI rips off people, and corporations are going to use it in terrible ways rather than use it to the benefit of humanity. But when I see somebody take it and do something like this, I'm impressed, and it's the reason why I'm not an anti-AI person. Bug fights and teeth snorting. You mentioned, so I guess I wanted to show who was the model that she was really ditzy. She was in a movie on Mystery Science Theater. Oh man, let's see if I can find this MST3K model movie. Does anybody have Kathy Ireland? Yes, Average Brad got it. She was in a movie. So this is, I guess, we've discovered that maybe she was. I don't remember. Was she an alien in the movie? Maybe somebody else was an alien. I can't remember. Maybe I'm completely confused here. MST3K. But here's a little. They're going to claim this video. Shoutcast will claim this video. Alien from LA, yeah. All right, I'm not going to play any more of that because they're going to claim this video. They don't deserve to claim this video. Pinky the Cat, whoever the creator of Pinky the Cat is, yeah, she was a Sports Illustrated model, and her voice is really annoying. Tibby oh Tibby. Let's see. Let's look here.
Hi. See, this should have a brain in it. Ooh, yep.
It's so small. Oh, it's folded. Oh.
To get to know.
Did they give her hash on the way over?
So anyways, I guess Turtle Time is related. Turtle Time's an alien from the Mile High City. Yeah, this movie it wasn't, as far as, I don't know, it kind of worked on MST3K. I never saw it without their narration on it though. So, but Turtle Time is like, I guess, like,
look, your dad's not responsible.
Where's her voice? Like, I wonder if Kathy Ireland could do voiceovers too. Let's see. This is really bad footage. I just wanted to hear her talk. Does she talk like that, like in normal, like, interviews? If we looked her up, will she talk like she did in those movies? We'd have to go really early. Let's see.
Well, thank you. You look very handsome.
Oh, she does sound like that.
I was listening to a model interview the other day, and
Adding new ones to them, but I've got some interesting ones. I have one from a skiing accident, one from.
Oh my God, she is. Her voice is so off-putting. I think I should clone her voice, and then we should do something with her voice. All right, Turtle Time says that she can read people, so she's the alien. I don't know how she could read people, so she's gonna have to prove that she can do it through the. Or you think it's not her real voice? You think she's intentionally talking like that? I don't know. Could be. All right, so let's see. I got this. Let's talk real quick about like how I was thinking of. I got this comment on a video. These people who like Elon Musk are so stupid. I'll share it. Let's look here at let's go into my videos. Whoa, this is, oh, that's my other video. I thought this was the one that I made today, but it's not. My videos, here we go. The fact that I got 15 downvotes, that somebody loves Elon Musk so much, or Donald Trump, that they had to go in there and give me downvotes. It's not as bad as, like, look at this one. This one has, I wonder if you can see it. Maybe I move it over here. I'm sharing behind the scenes so you guys can see how this stupid YouTube crap works. What can okay. Can we see it now? No. Still, maybe I shrink it. Shrink. I'm gonna look at my percentage. So anytime I make a video about Elon Musk, they come out and they downvote it. Elon Musk's fanboys. So this one has 84%, 34 people. Probably my most downvoted. If you look at this was the one that really farter, my farter video that I specifically did. This was the one that my daughter criticized me for making. She said that, but 3 people subscribed to my channel because I made a video called Farter, and it's got 2,000 views. I guess it's not too shabby, but the like to hate ratio was really bad on this one. If you look at it, where was it? 50%, which is like one of my lowest ones. So if you make a video about Jordan Peterson or Tim Pool, you also get a lot of people complaining to you. They will always come and defend those people because people who are broken people make celebrities part of their personality, and then they have to defend them, because when you insult their celebrity, when you insult their celebrity, you're insulting them. So it's one of many reasons I'd like to get away from making videos about those kind of losers. So let's see. I need to go back. I lost my chat. I made, which video did I make 40 cents? I made 40 cents on, wow, I made 50 cents on Farter. I almost could buy like a quarter of a beer with that. So that was pretty good. That's if they didn't claim it. I intentionally, because I made that video just to make fun of the guy who wrote it. That's why I put all of this stuff, John Can, and then but I was hoping that it would get in their circle. John Can is the official songwriter for Breitbart, so I was hoping I could get in the cycle there and people would see my song instead of their song or his song, because that song really annoyed me, and like it's like so obscure too. It's not the kind of thing to make a video about. You think it's funny that people will defend losers? I mean, it's sad. It's really sad because our culture is too celebrity driven, and like there's a quote by Chomsky that we should always believe in ideas and push ideas rather than celebrities, because the ideas won't fail you, but the people will. People, even like Chomsky, people are criticizing Chomsky because I guess what he like was in the 100 feet radius of Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think he ever visited the island or anything, but now people who don't like Chomsky will use it to diminish Chomsky's ideas. So I so want to play my Farter video. I'm going to play my Farter video just to spite my daughter, just to get another view. She really complained about this video.
Thanks for joining.
So the thing, there was Arm Brown on Office Hours with Tim Heidecker. That was cool. He's like 2,000 people watching live. What was I going to say? So let's look and see if we have any. Nobody wanted to comment on this one. If you look, nobody likes to engage with fart comments. So the top comment is, "Shame on you for ruining such a great song. It's not even funny." Trump fans. Somebody did like the Prodigy rep, but Patrick, that British guy, I'm sure if you guys are in the Arm Brown comment section, you're into Patrick. Patrick's awesome. None Superior is a patron. And then this guy says it's more of a Sleepy Joe crooked tribute. Although this person, Red Kool-Aid, said he was replaying this until I got 2,000. Holy crap, maybe that's what's going on. Oh my gosh, this guy's serious. This video, holy crap, this guy, I owe Red Kool-Aid thanks. He really is a man of his word. Revolution. But I see none of the ABs or BBs in here updating Farter by John Can. And I'm going to play it just to spite you guys, since you're a captured audience right now. So here it is. I don't know if you've seen it, but
smiling through the drive-thru, thinking about all those smells. I got bean burritos and some nachos. Rally goers, they don't know my butt's going to explode. I'm a father. No one can say that I'm not a twisted
I was actually kind of pleased at the placement of that fart and the ending for this video. I think I did a good job with it.
I have near limitless supplies of natural gas in my bud. We are now on the cusp of a true energy revolution.
So there it is. I'm adding to the plays there. I guess this guy, the question is, see, I need to figure out, he says, replaying until I get 2K views, and it's at 1.9. I got to see if it started like within, if this guy really did do it, because I'm going to have to, I owe this guy a Taco Bell Lux box. Oh, BB, you're talking about how you get hidden. Right? So like, yeah, it happens to me too. So 33 comments, but that you don't see them. And then you have to do sort new. There you are. All right, BB, I owe you a big apology there. You're right there. I love this video. Thank you. And I love you, BB. So, but Average Brad, he wanted to stay away because Average Brad, even though he's loyal and he's here, he does not want to get any. I think the thing is, like, you think if you're going to update it that you're going to get more fart content in your library. I wouldn't update a fart video, even though clearly I did. I updated my own fart video. Turtle Time says, is fake farting funny? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes. So I shy away, generally I shy away from brown humor and like blue humor. My humor is just black. Like blue humor, I've been doing more of it lately just because it seems like other people really like it, and sometimes I feel it's a good way to hurt somebody. So like the blue humor of Sean Hannity being an asshole licker or whatever, those type of things. But generally my humor is all black humor. Like if you go through, if it helps you. No, I wouldn't expect. I'm not here to try to, have everybody promote these things. It's all, honestly, like, my partner tells me that she thinks that I deliberately sabotage my stuff. She's like, your videos, you could really promote yourself and people would appreciate your videos. I think that you don't want more viewers. I think you intentionally do these things because you want to remain small. And I kind of feel like there might be something to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works. Turtle Time, you could be right, but I am curious. This guy said he was going to play that video till it reaches 2,000, and that video wasn't getting any views. Last I looked at it, it had 22 likes, and I didn't even realize that BB was kind enough to update a fart video. So I need to sort by whatever that is to figure it out more. I was going to go into the video background here, and hopefully all my personal information isn't in here, but I'm happy to share. If anybody's curious about any of the way that the YouTube channels work, I'm happy to share everything. You guys can see my subscribers. You can see analytics. If anybody wants any information, feel free to ask me, and you can see I got 12,000 views and I made $3.40. And I have never been paid by YouTube because I haven't made enough. I think you have to make $100. So, but what I wanted to do, I'm really happy that these two videos are my most long-lasting, my Elon Musk video and my V miniseries. I made both of these videos, and when I originally made them, there wasn't a lot of interest in them because I think mostly people just wanted me to make R and Brown content. And then over time, these two videos became my most popular because they're more timeless. They're kind of evergreen. They kind of last. So I was thinking of going back, BB, and making the follow-up to the Robin Maxwell story, because the second part of it is where she kills the guy who impregnated her with a lizard. And I wrote the original one as kind of a treatise on what's happening in the real world right now, that women are having their reproductive rights taken away, and metaphorically women are being forced to bear lizard children. So I thought the follow-up video would be cool because she murders him spoilers, but I could make some statements similarly. So I was fart video. To be fair, you comment when I just that's so funny, PB. You fooled me. I was so tricked. I'm a rube. So that's great though. Let's see. I want to look at the fart video. Where's the dashboard? I should just give you guys all the passwords and everything to the account so you guys can go in there and look yourself and post your own videos. You guys could help me litter the timeline, like that one guy was saying that I littered the timeline. My videos. Okay, so here it is, the fart video. We want to see if we had a sudden peak in the analytics. No, it just looks like it's I mean, he could be him. Because who was watching this fart video now? 5 people watched the farter video within the last 48 hours. It must be dire Saturday for a lot of people if you're watching the fart video. Turtle time. I don't have enough subs yet to have all the bells and whistles. My camel footage of Trump cut out farting fire did really well. 110. That's good because I hardly ever get up that much. But yeah, like if you get the right thing, you can cut video from other people, but a lot of times it'll get claimed. So let's see. How long have I been going here? 71 minutes. All right. Let's see. Hey, I'm gonna catch BB on something. Let's see here. My videos. Kid fart.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Oh, you're there, BB. I was gonna try to catch you, but apparently you have previously commented on the fart videos. I made this for myself, and I wasn't gonna put it out, and then I showed it with Justin just as a joke, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta release it. It's so funny." And I'm like, I don't want to make fart jokes. But it was just me testing like what I could do. The song is like a YouTube song that I put Kid Fart on top of, but I was really proud of my motion graphics in the background. I actually went into Blender and stabilized Make America Great Again and did motion tracking so I could make the background say Make America Fart Once Again. So whoops. So they changed Turtle Time. They changed some of the requirements for a lot of things. Like I think it's only like 500 now, and I don't think you have to have as much view time. How many views for Gravel Pit? Okay, that's the question. Which Gravel Pit though? There's a lot. I did lots of gravel, and that was interesting. This chapter he mentioned gravel pits. Kurt Vonnegut in the final chapter, like really like ties everything together for me. That he's talking about the gravel pits that the mob bought up probably to dispose of bodies with, or in Kristi Noem's case, puppies. All right, my videos. Let's see here. So I was really like, I thought this, now that she's on the national level, I would have thought that making the video where she goes and on the rampage would have done better, but it didn't. So on here, I made 44 cents. I got 3 subscribers. But look at this. This is dismal. I need to, Kristi, Elon Musk is like where it's at right now. Elon Musk is the kind of like, if you make a video about Elon Musk, you'll get play on it. So Turtle Time, make some videos about, just make a video about how much you hate Elon Musk, and you'll get love for it from everybody. Let's see. The Kristi Noem. So I made too many Kristi Noem videos. So the first one, there's the cricket is the one where I got 115,000 likes, 500 subscribers, so 115,000 on this one. But it's like it died off And what I'd like to, you can kind of see here at the end that it's starting to pick up. But what I need to do is, like, she needs to do something. Like, she needs to kill another puppy or something. I hate to say it, but if we're to grow these videos, there's a lot more puppies have to die. Not your puppy, BB. Hopefully, like a puppy that had to be put down because something bad happened to it. Let's see what else. The other one that was big was this one. So these are the only 2 big videos that I've ever had. I got 700 subscribers from this one and 108, 2.3. But I was notified on Discord. Let's see here. Can I find it? Where was it? Somewhere on here. I can't find. I'm not going to be able to find it. That the one on Instagram, this video, is now above 1 million views. I've never had a video get 1 million views. I don't even use Instagram. I hate that platform so much. It's like the worst. But see, this video is 20,000 likes, and it's you can't see it. It's supposed to be over here. It's supposed to show you how many views you have. But it's above 1 million now. But I don't really find it fun. I find it cathartic to make a video like that, but it's not really enjoyable to get, you know, a bunch of people liking you and encouraging you to do that. And then here's this video that I spent all the time. I spent way more time doing it, and I got 73 likes. So the Matt Damon one, yes, that was the zoo. So. And again, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick. So we're doing some behind the scenes stuff here. Let's talk about this moment and again, this video is going to get claimed because pretty much all of my videos get claimed because I steal so much stuff. So BB, did you know Justin T. Brown before? Were you aware of Justin T. Brown's work or R.M. Brown's work? Because it's interesting because most of the people in this channel, they're all R.M. Brown people, and that's why when I don't make R.M. Brown videos, they complain that I'm littering the timeline. Yeah, this one brought in a lot of people.
Now available to all.
My favorite part is that I actually, where is it?
These motherfucking lions don't down easily.
The property is being overrun by these animals. And
let's see here.
Putting every single one of them into the gravel pit the second we close this deal.
You're gonna shoot them?
Well, yeah. These animals need somebody who can make some difficult decisions. Your mom's already signed the
It's probably my most, I don't know if I'd say most sophisticated. Right here. This part.
You know what? Like this. It's our home. So fuck you and these stupid animals.
So that fuck you and these stupid animals is me. I recorded my voice intonating it, and then I just used the Matt Damon voice that I cloned in 11 Labs to have it use my intonation. Because when I was typing it out, I tried to have him type. I typed it out, and he wouldn't say it right. So it's me with the voice layered on top, and then the same thing for later on when he says, "This feels really good." This part here is also me. So I'm up there in terms of voice acting with the greats like Turtle Time.
Oh my God! Now this is a good feeling. Your mom and I want you to.
So that, oh my God, this is a good feeling. And also, another. I'm just totally rambling, totally running on and on. And sorry if it's not interesting, but anybody who wants to know anything about whatever is happening here, I'm more than willing to share. Nothing is private, not even my mom's maiden name and the name of my first pet. Let's see, Matt Walsh. This video here, I also did, in my channel, where's my video? I appreciate that. Been thinking about trying to make more videos like that, but I have to have the subject material, and that one just came to me because I thought of the name We Shot a Zoo instead of We Bought a Zoo. The MAGA video that I did, and both Magic Bullet, it's kind of similar. I was surprised that this one didn't do as good. The Donald Trump, the victim one, it gets good like right here.
New York Times
This one here.
But the deep state and the failing New York Times will stop at nothing to bring a good man down. Their witch hunt would destroy the reputation of a kind-hearted philanthropist, his best friend and closest confidant. Now a crooked district attorney and a sleazy adult film star that he definitely did not cheat on his wife with are working to rig a jury to put him away for...
I guess it rambles too much, unlike the other one.
He'll do everything right, and they'll still indict him.
Over the years, I've surprised a lot of people. The biggest surprise is yet to come.
Now he's doing what he does best.
I'm going to pause it there because it plays a song. Yeah, I think what makes the We Shot a Zoo video good is that I changed the dialogue between the characters, whereas in this one I didn't do it as much. He does shoot up the aquarium and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of real dialogue that, let's see here.
This time, he's...
I built this empire. My life was so great. And then one day, the pedestal was knocked out from
This kind of feels like what he's doing now, though.
It's a very dangerous thing.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and that's what it feels like to be a victim.
The victim. The man who didn't understand what words mean.
That one and the Magic Bullet, kind of in the same vein as We Shot a Zoo, but I think, yeah, We Shot a Zoo is probably better. Yeah, I'll have to think of ways to revisit those and see if I can come up with something good. They take a lot of time too, so that's why I'm trying to do these little short videos with the joint session and whatnot. I figure if I make these little short videos, they're little segments, I can release them over time real quickly, and I can put them together in a way where I add additional material that ties them all together, and then we get like a 15 or 20 minute movie, which might be fun. So I'm going to play this one final time. Anybody who Turtle Time came very close. There is a joke about both Pete Hegseth and Little Marco in it. I don't believe that she's an alien. And but if you can comment before the video debuts in this video, I'll figure out something special I could do. I don't know what it could be, but I'll figure something out. You should see, if you haven't seen Magic Bullet, if you liked We Shot a Zoo, watch the Magic Bullet one. I spent a lot of time with that one, and it's very funny because it deals with the assassination attempt, and I was like, that's a touchy subject to make it jokes about somebody being possibly assassinated, but I think it did it in a good way. Thank you, Average Brad, for saying it's very cool. Very cool. That reminds me of the Nerd Crew, or what was the Red Letter Media. They do the Nerd podcast. They're like, very cool. Very cool. The videos I'm sure will do well rarely do it. Surprised me. The ones I think suck and forgot about. That's the way it always is. I didn't see her in there either. It's not Kellyanne. So good guess, but if anybody does make a comment, all you have to do is type the name in there. Just keep guessing. I guess you could type a list of names in there, and then I get like engagement, because it's just going to be a list of names, like 20 people's names, and YouTube will think that I'm making really engaging content when I'm not. Not Kellyanne Conway. It's somebody that you probably wouldn't expect, because they're not in Trump's circle, but it's like they could be because of how griftery they are. Nope, not JD Vance. So anyways, I'm going to end the stream, and I guess I have my Digby thing to do tomorrow. Digby's supposed to do his own show because I'm supposed to be dead and he's supposed to be filling in for me. I haven't prepared any material for that though. So I don't know. I am going to finish the last Candace Owens. She wasn't in there either. I didn't see her. Candace Owens would be good. Digcast is the thing. It's the thing that I was trying to. Man, you guys are guessing. Laura Loomer, she would have been good. I didn't see Laura Loomer in there either. If there is, if anybody dares to look at that video, and you see somebody in there that would make for a good video, let me know. The people, like, I'm going to do Pete Hegseth, has got to be one. RFK, there's got to be a video about RFK, and I think I could do both. Those will be pretty funny, because the whole thing of him, his cabinet, is they're just the stupidest, grossest, worst people possible. So all you have to do is make a video exaggerating their normal state, which doesn't take much because they're already terrible. Just exaggerate it a little bit, and then it's comedy. No, AB, that's a good thing. It's not somebody who is at the address, but it's somebody who I put at the address by using a face swap. I swapped somebody's face. I don't know if you'd be able to figure it out from that, but here it is again.
And show us what you're working with.
Whoops, that was not. That's so she's somebody who's going to show them what she's working with. That's not actually.
Everyone knows that I love women who remind me of my daughter Ivanka.
So there's the biggest clue. It's a woman who reminds her, and this girl, it's a girl, I'm going to let you know, or a woman. She doesn't really look like Ivanka, but, you know, Gavin Newsom. No, not Gavin Newsom. Wait, I always think I confuse Gavin Newsom from the lead singer for Bush, who was Courtney Love's ex-husband or whatever. So anyways, that video is going to be out tomorrow. It probably will just languish, but maybe we'll do as well as the Elon one first. So thank you everyone for being here as always, and I appreciate all your time, and I'll see you tomorrow hopefully. And it's the final chapter of book club, I think. I don't know if book club continues on or we change the format for what I'm doing, rather than try to force people away. Maybe we bring them in and embrace them by not reading books to them every day. Who knows? Yes. Thank you and good night, everybody. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.